Hello everyone, this is for subject mathematics, class 7th, chapter 1, integers, lecture 4. So in this lecture, we will learn about how to divide the integers, properties of division of integers, and we will discuss questions related on exercise 1.4. Before coming to division of integers, let me recall the concept we have learned in lecture 1 and lecture 2. In lecture 1, we have learned about simple concepts of integers. What are integers? What type of numbers does integers include? And in second lecture, we have learned about how to add and subtract the integers. We have learned about the properties related to their addition and subtraction, that are closure under addition and subtraction, commutative property, associative property, additive identity. This is we have done in lecture number 2. In lecture number 3, we have learned about how to multiply the integers and the properties related to the multiplication of integers. In that, we have discussed about closure property, commutative property, associative property, and one important, that is distributive property and the multiplicative identity. Now in this lecture number 4, we will discuss integers, how to divide the integers and their properties. So let us start our discussion with the properties with the division of integers. We know that integers include negative numbers, 0, and positive numbers. So let us come on first point. Whenever you are dividing one negative and one positive integer, or you can say this is same as whenever you are dividing one positive and one negative integers, the answer is always a negative integer. I am repeating it. Whenever you are dividing one negative or one positive, or I can say one positive or one negative integer, the answer remains same. Second one is the answer remains same and that will be of negative sign. The answer will be of negative sign. Whenever you are dividing two negative integers, minus a divided by minus b, you will get this is same as a divided by b, because you are dividing them, and on dividing the integers, they get minus get cancelled and simply they became the positive integers. And one more thing, the denominator should not be equals to 0, because making denominator 0, that condition is not defined. So make sure that denominator must be 0 but must not be 0 in every case. So this is how to divide the integer. If you are taking one negative, one positive, the answer is always a negative integer. And if you are taking two negative, or I can say two positive integer, the answer is always a positive number. Okay? Now come to the next, that is properties of division of integers. Now we will learn properties in integer. In integers, division of integer is they are not following the commutative property. How we can say this? Suppose you are dividing 2 divided by 3. Here I have taken two integers 2 and 3, and I have divided 2 divided by 3. What commutative property says? If a divided by 0, that must be equal to b divided by a. So let us check this by taking an example. I have taken two integers 2 and 3. I have divided 2 divided by 3. This I get a number. Again, if you are dividing b by a, so we will get 3 divided by 2. Here I can see 2 by 3 is not equals to 3 by 2. So I can say that this property does not be hold in division of integers. Now same for closure property. Whenever closure, what do you mean by closure? Closure means if you are dividing any two integers, you will get the integers, and we know that integer does not include fractions and decimals. So let us take an example. Suppose you are dividing 2 divided by 3. What you will get? 2 by 3, and this is not a whole number, this is a fraction. So it means on dividing the integer, there is a case when you are not get the integer. So this also not satisfied in division. So we can say the property commutative property and closure property does not holds in integers. So let us discuss questions on exercise 1.4. Question number 1. Here the question they are simply asking about the how you will multiply the integers. So let us take question number. I am taking only the difficult part. So come to the part E. Here it is 13 divided by minus 2 plus 1. In solving these expressions, you must be careful with the BODMAS rule. There is a bracket, so you have to solve the bracket first. It will be 13 divided by, now minus 2 plus 1. 1 is negative, 1 is positive. So negative, positive, it will be, you have to subtract the numbers, it will be 1. And for sign, the sign will be of the number with high numerical value. Here 2 is larger, so and 2 is with minus sign, so it will be minus. And here again I will get minus 13. How you will get minus 13? Because it is a positive and it is a negative integer and you are dividing them, so I will get minus 13. Now come to the next one, that is 0 divided by any integer. Whenever you are dividing 0 with any integer, you always get a 0. And if suppose there is a question like minus 12 divided by 0, that is not defined because 0 is the denominator. And whenever the 0 comes out to be denominator, that will be not defined. Now come to the I part. Here we have two brackets with division sign. Here minus 6 plus 5, that is equals to minus 1 divided by minus 2 plus 1, that is minus 1. Here you are dividing now minus negative integers. 2 negative integer, I will get plus integer. This is our question number 1. I have taken 3 parts. Now come to the question number 2. Question number 2 is saying you have to verify that a divided by b plus c that never equals to a divided by b plus a divided by c. This is the distributive property of division which we have not learned. Why we have not learned? Because this never holds in division. So you have to solve LHS and RHS separately, and just you have to say you have to show that their answers are not equal. I have taken LHS first, that is 12. In place of a you have to write 12, in place of b you have to write minus 4, c 2. So let us take LHS first. 12 divided by minus 4 plus 2, that if you are solving the brackets first using BODMAS, you have to solve the bracket first. It will be minus 2, and whenever one positive, one negative integer are divided, I will get a negative integer and simply the numbers are divided. Same for RHS. 12 divided by minus 4, I will get minus 3. 12 divided by 2, I will get 3, 6. So one is negative, one is positive. The answer is only you have to subtract the smaller from the larger number, and for sign you have to write the sign of the larger number. Here 6 is greater, so 6 is with plus sign, so it will be plus. So here we can see that LHS is minus 6, RHS is 3, so they are not equal, which the question is asking. So we can say they are not equal, hence verified. Come to question number 3. Here some fill in the blanks are given and you have to fill them. Minus 75 is divided by which number, so that you will get minus 1. Only you have to think and then give the answer. Minus 75 is divided by which number, you will get a minus. Here you are getting minus and here also you are having minus. If suppose I am writing a negative integer, the result will be positive, because we have learned that 2 negative integer divides give a positive. So now we are sure that here it will be a positive. And 1, what is the condition when you will get the 1? When you are dividing the same number. So here it will be 75 and that will be of positive sign. So you will get minus 1. Here minus 87, same type. Only here you are getting 87. So the same number when divided by which number, you will get the same. It is obviously 1. But you have to be sure with the sign also. Here it is minus and here it is plus. So it will be minus 1. Because if you are taking 1, the sign will be negative. So you have to make the positive, and positive when it will be when we have the both the negative and both the positive. Here it is negative, so it should be also negative. Come to the next one. 20 divided by which number I will get -2. Here it is positive, so it must be negative. And by which number 20 must be divided, I will get 10. 2, sorry, I will get 2, it will be 10. So this is -10 is your answer. Here it is H part I have taken. By which number should we divide with 4 so that I get -3? Here it is minus and here it is positive. So it will be a negative integer and the numerical value it will be 12, because when 12 divided by 4 will gives 3. So this is all about question number 3rd. Now come to question number, let us discuss question number 7th of the same exercise. An elevator descends into a mine shaft at the rate of 6 meter per minute. This is elevator descends. It is coming downwards at what rate? 6 meter per minute. It means it is taking 6 minutes. 1 minute it is covering 6 meter. If the descent start from 10 meter above the ground. If the descent start from 10 meter above the ground, how long? Long means you have to find the time. It will take to reach -350. It will take to reach -350 meter. Here we have speed is given, total distance. How it will be total distance? So here the initial starting point is this, and from 10 meter above this level it is starting. So this I have taken starting point 10 meter above the ground, and here how much it is covering? It is covering 350 meter below the ground. So total distance will be 10 plus 350, that is 360 meter. Now we know that time is always equals to distance over speed. So distance it is covering is 360 meter and speed it is having 6 meters. So time will be 60 minutes because the unit is in meter per minute. So 60 minutes, or you can say 1 hour is the time. So this is all about exercise 1.4. Now come to the questions, come to the homework. Let me tell you the homework. Just wait a minute. I am giving you the homework. So note it down. Your homework is you have to do the remaining questions of the exercise 1.4. Let me write the homework. I am requesting everyone to note the homework. That is question number 1. You have to do D part, G part. Only 2 parts you have to do. Question number 2. You have to do B part. Question number 3rd. You have to do all the remaining parts. In book you have to do all the parts. All remaining parts. And question number 6th you have to do of exercise 1.4 in homework notebook. So in next lecture we will discuss the difficult questions in which you might have any problem. So this is the homework for lecture number 4. I request everyone to note it down. Thank you.